Battle control initialized.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Alert Global League Season 9 Minions Round 3. On the left side of the map, we have SinJul playing as Germany, and on the right side of the map, we have Zaqzorn playing as Russia. Let's go to the production tab. SinJul with a full 2-second lead over Zaqzorn. He's going to be the first one to put his barracks down and come out with infantry on this very small map. We've got 2 oil derricks in the center and 2 hospitals on either far end. Both players dead even actions per minute at 23. SinJul is going with slightly more troop pressure. He's going to be the first one to capture as well. Moves in close to Zaqzorn's oil derrick, looking for the snipe on the engineer. And he's trying to provoke a move there. SinJul going War Factory first. I don't know if he holds the patent on that or not, but he seems to use the Ranger Danger build quite a bit. Zaqzorn, as the Soviet player, is going to want to go get the hospital at some point, unable to prepare troops in the field with the medic. And we'll see what SinJul queues up. Queues up a ranger. And SinJul is going to capture a hospital. And it looks like Zaqzorn is going for one as well. There's the first vehicle of the game. SinJul out with his ranger. And he's going to clean up these troops pretty well. Or he might go looking for the engineer. We'll see. Rocket troopers out for Zaqzorn. And that was a very interesting move from SinJul. He just kited past with the ranger and was able to lock on the attack command with these troops just from taking a quick peek. And both players with 1 oil derrick to their name and 1 hospital as well. SinJul on 3 harvesters. The double ref scales up a little bit better. Or, excuse me, War Factory first scales up a little bit faster than double ref. Zaqzorn not utilizing both of his ore patches. And that's going to put SinJul in the lead. Zaqzorn still at 2 harvesters. And SinJul 48.49 actions per minute to 15 actions per minute. We'll see how this turns out. SinJul is going to go tanks first before his MCV hits the floor. But he may lose this oil derrick here. He's going to work hard to defend it. Oh, that is unfortunate. Loses about 2 riflemen there. He's got his engineer up there waiting in the wings. And Zaqzorn's engineer is nowhere to be found. First heavy armor of the game at about 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Zaqzorn looking for a flank. Is he? No, he's just going for his stroll. SinJul not doing the Ranger Danger build, but doing a lot of scouting with that 1 ranger that he's got. And that's on low health. He's going to pull it back. SinJul's MCV moving out blind, but he's got the whole map pretty well scouted. This is going to be an economic expansion. And that's an APC from Zaqzorn. Not a lot of rocket troopers in that mix. I don't know if they're going to be able to take on these tanks here. That APC goes in deep and meets a whole bunch of rocket troops. He's got 8 of them. 9 of them in that mass. Here comes another one. SinJul finding a good defensible position and preventing a flank with that pillbox. I like that a lot. Zaqzorn yet to come out with his first expansion MCV. 5 minutes and 45 seconds. He's really let SinJul take it away. SinJul on 6 harvesters, 0 derricks, and Zaqzorn on 5 harvesters and 1 oil derrick. And this is some kind of drop. Didn't see what he put in there, but I bet it's grenadiers. He's got a flame tower. It might be flamers. And it's rocket troopers. Surprise, surprise. Drops a pillbox. Wow, really cleans them up. SinJul going across the top of the flank, and Zaqzorn coming across the middle. Rocket troops in the lead. I don't know about that formation. And that APC looking for a snipe on something, but gets taken out by the rocket troopers. Zaqzorn's got a Tesla coil in his pocket, and SinJul is... well, they're keeping it pretty even, income-wise. Now, I don't know about this. That's a lot of rocket troops. I like how Zaqzorn responded to SinJul's tank pressure, though. That was really good. But I think Zaqzorn should be sounding the retreat right about now. If he wants to hang on to that infantry mass. Takes out a lot of tanks from SinJul. SinJul's basically got no armor left back at his base, but he is following it up with a counterattack right through the ore mines. That's the way you do it. Both players on 7 harvesters, not for long though. That's the first harvester down. Zaqzorn. SinJul going for the war factory. That is a juicy target. And he doesn't care much about that Tesla coil, but I think SinJul is going to lose his entire army here. SinJul's got a follow-up force. And one of those tanks gets away and leads Zaqzorn's army completely out of position, leaving his main base open. There's Zaqzorn's expansion MCV, hightailing it back to base. And SinJul doing some great scouting with that Ranger. SinJul is going to absolutely wipe this expansion off the face of the earth. Zaqzorn pulls the harvesters, but he's going to lose 2 refineries. Zaqzorn setting up another expansion to the north. Oh, and that is a spicy engineer. SinJul, questionable placement of the MCV. Probably just trying to keep it out of an area that's likely to be discovered. And... excuse me, Zaqzorn, his MCV. That's Zaqzorn's hospital about to go down. Zaqzorn as a Soviet player is going to miss that. And SinJul, oops, with 19,000, 20,000 army value on the field. Zaqzorn with no armor to speak of. I don't know why he's not producing tanks. He's got the cash. SinJul up on income and wipes out that first expansion. A lot of players would have called it good game by now. I think I have a feeling of which way this is going to go. SinJul is going to attack through the top and nearly gets the cap on that construction yard. If he had just waited a sec. SinJul keeping his tanks out front, trading well. Trading very well. Those rocket troopers are absolutely outranging the riflemen. And with no heavy armor on the field, Zaqzorn's forces are just getting obliterated. SinJul with line of sight advantage, trading well again despite facing off against a much larger force. I don't think SinJul is focused down there, though. Up there he is. He pulls him. Just more keep coming. SinJul eco-sliding on every one of his expansions. He's up to 8 harvesters and 9,000 income. $24,000 army value. 150% of the forces of Zaqzorn. SinJul going radar tech. And very questionable attacking into the flame towers with troops. He's got plenty of tanks there. Zaqzorn also has gone radar tech, but that is in a highly contested location. Zaqzorn loses another harvester. Brings him down to 3. Loses his expansion MCV. And Zaqzorn calls it good game at 12 minutes and 6 seconds. 470 to 314. Let's go to the eco graph. Zaqzorn with a slight advantage. 3 minutes. About 1.5 to 3 in eco. And this is just a great example of War Factory First and how the eco scales up tremendously from minutes 3 to 4. If you can keep control of the enemy and keep the pressure off your main base, you just continue to eco up and up and up. And SinJul just continues to expand all over the map. And yeah, only builds 1 MCV, moves out his main MCV. I like that move. Let's go to the army graph. Zaqzorn with the troop mass in the beginning of the game, but unable to stem the flood. Basically, SinJul just keeps coming and coming and coming. So, there you have it, folks. Game number 1. Let's go on to game number 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Alert Global League Season 9 Minions Round 3. In the upper left-hand corner, we have SinJul playing as Germany. And in the lower right-hand corner, we have Zaqzorn playing as France. Let's go to the production tab. Both players dead even. Zaqzorn sitting on that barracks for just half a second allows SinJul to get about a half second, 3/4 second lead over the refinery build. Each player has a natural derrick that they can go for early on, and it appears that they are doing so. SinJul is just going to go check out the right-hand side of the map. This is absolutely not an insult to Zaqzorn whatsoever, but SinJul is one of the top 3 players in the Minions League, and he is likely to move on to Masters next season. Zaqzorn going to check out SinJul's base, committing 2 riflemen to doing so. 1 rifleman standing guard at the center, and Zaqzorn's scout to the west meets a whole bunch of riflemen. Zaqzorn scoping out SinJul's base, targeting the power plant very early. Zaqzorn with an empty build queue at 1 minute and 42 seconds. And SinJul. Do I really need to talk about SinJul's build order? I think I have seen him go double ref maybe once. SinJul goes War Factory first and queues up a Ranger. 2 minutes. Oh. SinJul's engineer just sneaking right past those riflemen. And we got a taxi cab here. We'll see what he does with that. Lots of early troop pressure from Zaqzorn. 23 troops on the field at 2 minutes and 25 seconds with a base push. Spicy. Zaqzorn queues up a power plant and a pillbox. And the base push gets spotted. We'll see how SinJul reacts to this. Up next is a barracks. And that Ranger is on super low health. He's going to have to come back for repairs before he can move out to Zaqzorn's base and do some caps. Zaqzorn camping SinJul's barracks. SinJul unable to get troop mass on the field. They're just getting taken out one at a time. Coming out with another Ranger and another Ranger. That's really the only counter to this. Zaqzorn with a turret on the field. Pops down another power plant and pillbox. And boy, this doesn't look good for SinJul. Very pleasantly surprised. Very good, Zaqzorn. See what the APMs look like, and SinJul is hustling 62.5 to 27.3 for Zaqzorn. We got a Ranger Danger build, but this is a difficult position for SinJul. He really was not expecting a base push. Also, the War Factory first build order is weak against base pushes. Like I said last game, you really got to keep the enemy off your back for the first couple of minutes of the game before you build it up. SinJul's service depot now under attack, and oh man, he's got a tank on the field before it is destroyed. It looks like he's going to hold him off though. Zaqzorn just without the cash to back this up. If SinJul can hang on a little bit longer, I think he's going to win this match. SinJul loses a tank. Lots of turrets. Holy moly. Zaqzorn's trying to kill that service depot to prevent more tanks from coming out, but it's going to stand. Zaqzorn going after SinJul's harvester on the left-hand side, but that turret that SinJul put there to take them on is... well, I would focus down that turret. There it goes. Zaqzorn trying to eco up. SinJul, 2 oil derricks and 4 harvesters. That engineer waiting in the wings. But rifleman back at Zaqzorn's base. Very good. And that service depot is on a sliver of health. Alright, I think SinJul has got this. No more defensive structures at Zaqzorn's base push. But he's still cranking out riflemen. SinJul coming out with his expansion MCV very late for him. He's been dealing with this base push for the first 6.5 minutes of the game. SinJul with a pillbox in a good position. But it's distracted. There we go. Now it's focused on the rifleman. SinJul comes out with his first expansion, MCV, at 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Zaqzorn calls it good game. That was a close one. That was a really, really good counter to the War Factory first build. If this map were a little bit smaller, I think Zaqzorn would have had it. But Zaqzorn, you know, he was running low on cash. And, wow. That was good. Alright. Eco tab. Not a lot to say here. Just a very short game. A lot of shenanigans. Excuse me, there's a fly in my face. Alright, so, Zaqzorn with an early eco lead. And preventing SinJul from... Well, no, I suppose this is still just condensed version, right? So, SinJul ecos up. And then, I don't know if one of his harvesters got destroyed or not. He did have to pull off of this ore patch, so I think that slowed him down. SinJul is so lucky that he kept a hold of this service depot, because those medium tanks did a lot. Also, I think this is the second barracks that he built. The first one got destroyed. And, you know, really lucky to hang on to those assets. The defensive structures came in super handy. Let's take a look at the army graph. It's a lot of action for a 7-minute game. I mean, always is when there's a base push, but holy cow. I don't know. I mean, Zaqzorn really adapted his strategy to deal with SinJul, who is honestly, as good as he is, a bit predictable. You can bet that he's going... I mean, okay, he's a really good player. I like his style. All I'm saying is he goes War Factory first and Ranger Danger if he sees the opportunity. But he plays it so well. So there you have it. Both games going to SinJul, and a fantastic show from Zaqzorn in the second game. Red Alert Global League, Season 9, Minions Round 3.
Battle control terminated.